Good evening and welcome to this Experience Isagenix call. My name is Eric Laquerre. I'm from Montreal, Canada. This is my wonderful accent from across the pond. My first language is actually French. So if I'm stumbling on a few words, it's just because my brain is working in French and trying to make up words in English. So hopefully you can understand and appreciate my accent. I love the British accent, I have to say, and I'm quite jealous. I'm working on my accent, and soon, in a few weeks, I'll be able to have a full presentation with my UK accent. That would be lovely. And I'm going to have a Irish one. I'm working on my accents. A little bit about me. I've been a tennis coach for 15 years. I've also been a personal trainer, fitness trainer for the last 8 years. And nutrition has always been important in my life for performance, for energy, and also to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I was basically working in an environment where I was on the tennis court and going from one client to the next and only having about 30 seconds to 60 seconds to eat between clients. So lots of different options that I tried to get some nutrition in a very short amount of time. And I was super happy when someone invited me to look at Isagenix, Lori Petrelli, who's actually on the line, because that actually solves that problem for me. So let's get started right away. Enough about me. You're here to learn about Isagenix. So let me start with asking you this question. When you looked in the mirror this morning, you woke up and you brushed your teeth or whatever your morning routine is, and you looked at yourself in the mirror, what did you see? And not only what did you see, but what did you feel and what did you think about what you saw this morning? You know, maybe you're one of these people who are like, yes, I look great, I feel good, everything's perfect. If that's you, that's fantastic. Maybe you were like, gee, I see a few things that could be improved here. Or maybe you woke up this morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and you were really hard on yourself. You know, maybe it has to do with weight, maybe not. Maybe it's the way your skin looks, the way you're tired, how your eyes look. Maybe you just don't feel good where you are right now. So let me ask you another question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your health? You know, because health is so much more than weight. It has to do with energy, it has to do with sleep, it has to do with so many different things. And we don't realize, I saw a post on Facebook the other day, we don't realize how small decisions in every day affect our health in the long term. You know, I view it as a deposit in a bank account. Every time we make a good choice, good decision to our health, we're depositing into a good bank account. And every time we make a bad decision, we're depositing into a bad bank account. And then whichever bank account is bigger, we end up living. And some people, if we look at their last 5, 10, 20 years, they have way more bad decisions than good ones. And then they're suffering from those bad decisions today. So rate yourself right now on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you feel your health is? And let me ask you this other question. What is your normal? On a day-to-day basis, what is your normal day like? How do you feel? And does your normal allow you to live your ideal life? If I was going to look into your life and look at your schedule and ask you questions about how did your last week go? How did your last month go? Would you consider living your ideal life? Do you spend all the time that you want to spend with your kids? Are you doing all the activities that you want to be doing? Are you vibrant and full of energy every single day, waking up and feeling happy to start your day? Or are you sort of beat up and depressed about going to work and the traffic in London and all those negative things? Where are you at? What is your normal? Because it's all about raising our normal, raising our standards, and raising our health with Isagenix. A few stats that I found And this is for Great Britain and England, excuse me. And the stats for the UK are very similar. This is huge, very, very huge. Last year, there were 575,000 admissions in NHS hospitals where obesity was the recorded factor of their admissions. That's huge. 63% of adults in England are overweight or obese. That's a lot of people. If you wait at the tube, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, 6 of them are overweight or obese. That's a huge problem as a nation. Over 1 in 5 children in reception and over 1 in 3 in year 6 were measured as obese or overweight. What kind of world do we live in when even our kids are being overweight or obese? And in 2016, obesity cost the NHS over £6 billion. That's your money that's being spent on this highly preventable disease that are all based on choices. Other stats that are interesting. Last year, stress accounted for 37% of all work-related ill health cases and 45% of all working days lost due to ill health. Stress is a massive problem, not just in the UK, around the world. We are more stressed today than we were 100 years ago. And that is absolutely a big problem. And it's leading to overweight. It's leading to lots of bad eating choices because we're stressed, because we have a lack of time. And the last one is fatigue. Fatigue has been implicated in 20% of accidents on major roads and is said to cost the UK 115 to 240 million pounds per year in terms of work accidents alone. That is absolutely staggering numbers. So we're talking about weight issue. We're talking about stress. We're talking about energy levels that are super low. And luckily, Isagenix has solutions to transform lives that are dealing with weight management, energy, and performance. And there's also a great product that I'll talk about a little bit later that has to deal with stress management. So we're covering all the bases. The vision of Isagenix is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain. And that's what we wake up to do every day at Isagenix. And it's backed by science, a wonderful team of over 50 scientists. And there's over 7 new clinical peer-reviewed studies that came out with the Isagenix products. We're really proud of that. And look at that. These are some wonderful UK people, because I know that me from a Canadian standpoint, my transformation doesn't count to you UK people. These are actual UK people that have been using the Isagenix transformation products for a couple of months now already. And look at, this is Kim Keeble from Suffolk. I hope I'm pronouncing it okay. This here is Mags Matthews from Glasgow. Wonderful transformation. And Jenny Harris from London, and so many more, thousands and thousands more. I wish I could just put a picture of all of them together, but you'll be able to see them online. And it's really simple. It's convenient, it's affordable, and it's easy to use nutrition. You know, this is whole food nutrition that also cleanses your body. We all know that there's a lot of pollution in the air and chemicals in our neighborhood and stuff that we use to clean the house and everything, and GMOs and herbicides and pesticides. And we are attacked every single day by those toxins. And the Isagenix system as a whole, not just one individual product, but the system works synergistically to help your body cleanse those nasty toxins out. And if you can afford to go to the pub, you can afford Isagenix. You know, if you can afford to go to Starbucks or to those kind of places to drink a 5-pound coffee, you can afford to be on Isagenix. And We have different packs that fits your budget, although I would strongly suggest and recommend that based on your goals, if you could do 10 to 17 pounds per day, delivered to your door nutrition with a money back guarantee, then you will be able to do this program with absolutely wonderful results. Our products respect the no compromise policy, and it has an absolute level of quality that I've never seen in my lifetime with all the different companies and all the different products that I've tried for myself. This one is bar none number one. In terms of the research and the selection of the materials. And John Anderson, who's the formulator of these products and this great company, he was working with other companies before. He has over 2,500 patented products to his name. And every time he created a formula that had lots of nutrition, bioavailable for the body, perfect for whatever intent he had, whether it was for stress, for weight management, or for whatever. And he gave that away to the company he was working for. The company took that formula and they said, well, that's great, John. Thank you very much for your years of work. We're just going to change this ingredient here because it's too expensive. We're going to change it to this one that's half price. And we're going to cut this one in half because it takes way too long to get it. So we want to have less of it in our product. And the final product was nowhere near what John Anderson wanted to have on the marketplace. So eventually he was fed up and he decided to start his own company and have the no compromise policy and the highest quality around the world of nutritional products. And that's what we have here in our hands. Let me talk to you briefly about a couple of products, and then I'll bring on the line Mags Matthews that you've seen earlier on the before and afters. Our shake is second to none. It is literally the best shake that I've seen. It is from Undernatured Whey Protein. Undernatured Whey Protein is very rare. Why? Because it costs more than the regular whey protein that you're going to see around any other shops and stores around the UK or around the world. And the reason why it's more expensive than the regular whey is because it's cold pressed. And that is super key, because when you heat it up, when you heat up whey protein, you're losing part of the amino acids, meaning that your body will absorb less of it. So it's literally as if you were, going to a restaurant, buying a big piece of steak, cutting half of it and throwing it to the dogs, because you're not going to consume it. Your body's not going to absorb it. It's just useless. So it's a waste of money. The undernatured whey protein that Isagenix uses is full of amino acids that increases the bioavailability, that's a tough word to say, of the high quality nutrition in this shake. Just to give you an example, an egg, a whole egg, free range, everything, not modified, has a 30% bioavailability. 30% that your body will absorb of the protein and all the nutrients. Our shake has over 80% bioavailability. So that is absolutely wonderful. And there's no aspartame, no sucralose, no soy, and it's gluten-free. So, ask yourself, what are the 2 meals in the day that are making me go crazy? I don't have time to make them, or I don't have time to make a balanced meal, because we all know that, a cigarette and a muffin is not a healthy breakfast, right? It has no nutritional value. And a muffin is just an extra clever way to disguise a cake. It's just a cake in a different format. So eating cake and a cigarette in the morning has absolutely no nutritional value. So breakfast would be a great way to do that. And a lot of people don't have a lot of time to cook for their lunch, so they end up having fast food at lunchtime. And that's another very poor choice of nutrition. Very quickly, I'll go over a couple of other products. Nourish for Life is absolutely wonderful. It is the differentiator between any other weight management or health programs that you can hear about. Nourish for Life is a patented formula of botanicals that will help your body's natural ability to remove toxins. So this is part of the cleansing formula that we have. And this has nothing to do with weight loss, but everything to do with overall health benefits. So my goal is not to lose weight. I want to build muscle mass, gain energy. I'm doing Nourish for Life 1 day per week. Some other people that might have a weight loss goal will use Nourish for Life in a slightly different manner. But Nourish for Life is definitely that. It is nourishing your body, nourishing your life. And it helps controlling lots of different things. Your energy level, neutralizes and rebalances your metabolism. It's an absolutely fantastic product. Another one that I want to talk about is Isagenix Supreme. Isagenix Supreme is what we like to call the happy juice. So if for any reason you don't feel happy, drink some Isagenix Supreme. Whoop. I just had my e-shot. That's the next product that I'm talking about. Drink some Isagenix Supreme. This will help balance your cortisol level, which is the hormone that deals with stress. So if you're a highly stressed individual, Isagenix Supreme will help. It also rebalances your energy level. So if you're low energy, it will give you energy. And if you're too hyped up, it will help you calm down. So you can drink it hot, you can drink it cold. I love to drink it as tea. And I know that the UK is a nation of tea drinkers. So you're going to love Isagenix Supreme, that's for sure. Helps with the stress. So that's the product I was talking about at the beginning of this call that does a stress management. And that little bottle that I just drank before this call is the e-shot. This is coupled with the Isagenix Supreme. They both have adaptogens. And adaptogens will help your body adapt to stress. And the e-shot specifically will help your energy level, your focus. So if you're someone that goes to the gym or works out once in a while, you could use that as a pre-workout. If you never worked out in your life, but you have a very highly stressful job, you could drink that to reduce your stress, but also improve your focus. Or if you drive around a lot and you have 5-6 hours of driving time in front of you, and you want to make sure that you don't have an accident because you're a little tired, that will definitely help. So we're covering all bases. We're covering weight management, we're covering energy, we're covering stress. And of course, while you nourish your body with all those great nutrients from the whole foods that Isagenix has to offer, everything else will improve. Of course, Isagenix is not there to diagnose, treat any disease, but every health practitioner and health professionals will tell you the same thing. When you feed the body properly, the body is its own miracle. It will fix itself up. We have a wonderful program called the IsaBody Challenge, where we believe transformations are for everybody, no matter what the goal is. And this is my personal belief, that if we're not improving, then we are falling down and slowing down and gradually getting worse and worse over time. So as human beings, we need to struggle and fight against aging. And we all want to live until we're 150 years old, but we look like 60 because we're all wonderful and healthy. Those are some of our IsaBody Challenge finalists and winners that have won some cash prizes just to take their health to the next level and take their health seriously. And we all know that we should take that seriously, because if we don't, we end up with a big wake-up call from our doctor saying, if you don't change something now, then something will change for you, and it's not going to be pleasant. So with that said, let me find Mags Matthews to hear about her transformation. I see her. Mags, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, Eric.
Yay!
All right. Mags, so you're not by yourself. You're with a lot of people. So hi, everybody. If you would be so kind to let us know what happened in your life? What was the trigger to say, you know what, I need to do something? And why did you decide to get started on Isagenix and what it has done for you?
Thanks, Eric, very much. Well, before Isagenix, I was 2 stone overweight in my 50s and really struggling to lose weight. I had no energy. I'd lost my sparkle for life. And I was very much trying every kind of diet to lose weight and nothing worked. So that was my situation prior to the launch of Isagenix in May. So since Isagenix, I've managed to release 24 pounds so far. I've dropped 2 dress sizes, and I think everyone will agree, from Vegas, I've got my sparkle back. Yay! I was also an athlete. I used to ride competitively show jumping, and because I was overweight and I had lost my core strength, I was no longer riding. So that is one of my main aims, is to get back in the saddle and to get back in the ring. So I'm still working on that. I'm now back at the gym, and I'm doing Pilates and Fat Attack, which I've come from tonight. And I am working on getting my core strength back. So I'm not by nowhere near a finished product. However, I'm a lot closer to where I want to be than I was before the 15th of May.
Awesome. And what's your favorite product?
Well, I've already said I would not be without Isagenix Supreme. I believe it is the one thing that makes a massive difference to me in my balance in my body. Cortisone clearly is a big trigger for me. I am clearly more stressed than I understand that I am. So it's the one product that I know I can't be without, because in Vegas, I noticed the difference. I literally couldn't pack it because it was a liquid and couldn't take it to the States with me. And by the time I got into the shop in the States, they were all out of sachets. So I had no Isagenix in Vegas, and I really noticed the difference. My aches and pains were back. I was not sleeping as well as I do when I'm home in the UK. And that was not just because of the jet lag, I'm sure.
That's exactly why I asked you about Isagenix. I wanted you to share that.
Even though it's not my favorite taste, but I do prefer it as a tea. But I'm quite happy to take it morning and night as a shot, but I drink it all day, every day.
Awesome. Thank you. And wonderful transformation. I've seen your progress the whole time, and I see the difference in your smile. Your smile has gotten bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mags. Now, how do I mute you again? Here you go. Perfect. So amazing. Mags is part of the thousands and thousands of people that have had results with Isagenix in the UK. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world that are having results. But some of you people in the UK need UK results, and we have them for you. So let me ask you one more question. Here we are. Are you ready to redefine your normal? Because so far, over the last year, 5 years, 10 years, you've been having your normal. Are you ready to raise your normal to a different level, to live a day-to-day that is absolutely different? So I assume your answer is yes, as I see a lot of you nodding on the call. So how do we get started? Very simple. There's different packs, different systems for different goals. My favorite recommendation, and what most people start with, is what we call the premium pack, or what I call the starter pack, because this has everything that someone needs to get started on a new nutritional plan, on a new health journey. And it's normal, obviously, whenever you start something new, you start a new program, you start a gym membership, you're going to pay up front your gym membership. If you get into a new flat, you're going to have to pay a few months in advance. So every time you start, if you're going to start a brand new recipe that you're going to cook at home, you're going to have to buy all the ingredients in quantities that you don't need for your recipe. And then you're stuck with the different ingredients forever, and then you're never going to do that recipe again. So whenever you start something new, your first month is usually a little bit more spending than whenever you're doing your thing for the following month and the next year to come. So this has absolutely everything you need to get started. This will have all of your meals. This will have some snacks. This will have chocolate, your Nourish for Life, your Ionics. You will have bars, e-shots, the awesome free blender, and you get also a 50-pound coupon for some of our Isagenix events. There's a next event in October that we're very excited about. So this is absolutely, bar none, the best possible pack that you could start with, regardless of your goal, whether your goal is energy, whether your goal is weight loss, weight gain, muscle mass building, or just reducing your stress level or improving your health in general. That is what most people start with. There's another option here, which is called a 30-day system, and what most people use as their second month, and then they use that on a monthly basis. This is the minimum nutrition that you're going to use over 30 days. So again, if we compare the different prices, that would be about 10 pounds per day, and the premium pack is about 17 pounds per day for food. Now think about every time that you're going to the store and buy food, every time you go buy your 5-pound coffee, every time you go to the movies and you buy your super expensive popcorn, this is food. So you're spending money on food already, and your nutritional plan that you've been using for the last 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years, which is usually the eat whatever I want, whatever I want, whenever I want type of plan, got you to where you are now. So if you're dissatisfied with your weight, if you're dissatisfied with your energy level, if you're dissatisfied with where you are at right now on a health perspective, we need to change your nutritional plan. That is the change that we're looking for right here. So either 17 pounds a day or 10 pounds a day. And if you're looking for an energy or performance goal, then we have the energy and performance system, 30-day system. That's, again, the minimum that you would need for 30 days for your energy goals. So it's super simple. You choose your pack, you order in seconds, and then you start your journey. It's literally that simple. And soon you'll be able to, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, imagine looking at yourself in the same mirror that you looked this morning and then starting to feel very differently about what you see. That's what we're about. And of course, little disclaimer, everybody's different. Some people will transform faster than others, but what we know is that you will definitely have a transformation. That's why we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, let me shift gears a little bit, because we all know people that are suffering from weight management issues, stress issues, or energy issues. It's a $3.7 trillion industry in the US alone. So worldwide, it's even bigger. And it's increasing year to year. Health and wellness industry, as I said, we all want to live forever, and we want to look younger and younger, and we want to feel better and stronger and more energy and just perfect in our skin. So we know that this is happening, and we know that people that could benefit from the Isagenix solutions. So Isagenix decided to use a distribution system that is called network marketing. So you won't see an advertisement on TV of Isagenix. You won't see any normal commercials from Isagenix. They decide to go through the network marketing model. And this, for some people, is a scary model, but we'll explain what it is. And it's nothing more than a distribution system. A little bit more about Isagenix. It's been founded in 2002, so it's 15 years. It reaches $5 billion in cumulative sales, and it's ranked 26 globally in the direct selling world. That is huge. And they've donated $5.6 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The leadership, I talked about John Anderson a little bit earlier. This is the wonderful genius behind the science of Isagenix, who has so many different patents, who worked for different companies and was tired and decided to start his own no compromise policy company, which is now Isagenix. And he partnered up with Jim and Kathy Coover and their son Eric to take care of the business side of things. So he's the brains behind the science, and Jim and Kathy Coover are the brains behind the marketing program and the compensation plan, because we are compensated by helping others creating transformations. So this is a real global opportunity that we all have access to. We all know people that can benefit from more energy, better weight management, and less stress in life. And network marketing, as I said, is nothing more than a distribution method that is different than walking in a store and buying something from the shelf. That's the only difference. And instead of, getting this iPhone, right? I have my iPhone, and exploiting people in a different country and paying them pennies per hour, and I end up buying this for thousands and thousands of dollars. For some reason, people think that this is okay, a method of distribution of this product. I prefer a fair and equal opportunity compensation, which is through network marketing. And what does that mean? That means that we all have the same products. We all have the same way we're getting paid. It's strictly by helping people solve their problems with the Isagenix nutritional system. So whether you're new to network marketing or you're a seasoned network marketer that has decades of experience, we are paid the exact same way. Whereas in the real world, when you're new, you're starting off at minimum salary. And then you gain 1, 5, 10 years experience, and then you can ask for a raise. Now we're all paid the same way. Whether you're a man or a woman, we're all paid the same way. Whether you're young or you're less young, we're all paid the same way. There's absolutely no discrimination in this method of distributing products, and that's what I love about this. Everybody has, as long as you can as long as you can eat it, love it, and share it, you could have an income through network marketing with Isagenix. So let me ask you one more question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your financial situation? Are you able to take vacations wherever you want every year? Or do you have to just take the car and travel 2.5 hours to the neighboring city and pretend that's your vacation and feel like you're in a different country? Are you able to send your kids to the schools that you want them to go to? Are you able to get them the gifts that they want for Christmas? Where are you at financially on a scale of 1 to 10? And you don't need to shout it. I know some of you are in groups, so you don't need to shout it, but you can write it down, or you can think about your number and rate yourself where you are at financially right now. And through the wonderful opportunity of network marketing, we can change that. And to talk about this opportunity and to talk about what network marketing is and what it's been doing for him, we have the wonderful Darius Ward. So let me find him. Let me stop sharing here. Here we go. There he is. Let me unmute him.
Hello.
Yes, perfect. So we can hear you. Wonderful. So Darius, you have some experience in network marketing, and you've decided to partner up with Isagenix for multiple reasons. So please go ahead and share with us your experience.
Okay, so thank you very much, Eric, and thank you very much for inviting me along to share a little bit with all these wonderful people that have decided to come and join us this evening. It's very great to see so many people in the room. I have just a few words over a few minutes to share with you, which hopefully you're going to find useful. Then we'll be straight back to our wonderful host, Eric. So, as he's already said, my name's Darius Ward. I've actually been involved in network marketing for around the last 5 years. And I'll tell you, it's really been very transformative in a great many ways. So, actually, from 12 or 13 years old, I always knew that I wanted to be in business, that I wanted to work for myself, be my own boss, the master of my own destiny, if that's not too grandiose a term. And along the way, I have actually had a number of traditional bricks and mortar businesses, as well as more recently, like I say, in the last 5 years, discovering network marketing. Now, one of the things that I sort of picked up from quite an early age, really, quite fortuitously, was that really the solution to business was to come up with a win-win-win. So a win for the customer, a win for the supplier, the manufacturer, or the originator, shall we say, of the product. And then also, of course, a win for yourself in whatever form that may take. And that's something that I really did struggle to find in traditional bricks and mortar businesses. So when I discovered network marketing, although I'd experienced great success, I've had six-figure incomes on a couple of occasions, even prior to getting involved with network marketing, then I also had some very significant bust periods and suffered the consequences of that. Obviously, learning that leveraging finance and traditional business, whilst it can be very rewarding, is also a very risky business. I'm sure you know that many businesses don't even make it to that first year mark, let alone to their profit mark, which is generally around the third year. So when I discovered network marketing, it was a real joy and delight to see that all the elements of risk that can normally associate with starting a business have actually been well tendered for and taken care of. So the distribution channels, supply chain, the manufacture of the products, the quality assurance, the payroll, the finance, all these things that small business holders generally have to do and don the many caps. Being the marketing executive in one moment, then the finance director in the next, as well as customer service, as well as supply chain and logistics. It all gets very confusing very quickly. And very quickly also you become a sort of slave to the creation that you've made. Not so here with network marketing, so that was really great. I've been very fortunate in the last 5 years to be coached and to be guided by some of the industry greats. And that was certainly a significant part of what attracted me to the Isagenix opportunity. But one thing that I hadn't managed to achieve, as wonderful as network marketing is and has treated me so very well, up until joining with Isagenix, was that win-win-win. Because having worked in homeware, with homeware products in network marketing and direct sales, insurance, having worked with cosmetics as well, all of which are very lovely products, there's a great demand, very large markets, growing in many instances. And whilst empowering people to feel better, to possess nicer things is all very nice, what it isn't is essential, and what it won't bring about is lasting and sustained change. And that's what I really love about Isagenix, is the fact that it creates that real lasting and sustained change. I mean, when the strap line of the company is used, which is its solutions to transform lives, that's something that's often taken quite lightly, but actually could not be more true right to the very core of the organization. So whether it's Jim and Kathy and John developing the products in the lab, whether it's the wonderful leaders that operate and provide us with excellent training and development opportunities, or whether it's out there and sharing the wonderful products, it really is creating that win-win-win. So what I mean by that is that the customer or the person who decides to get started and earn that secondary or even primary income from the income generation opportunity, they truly are winning, because by consuming the products and the improvements in health. So just to share a little bit about my story is that nutrition and health, as I'm now advancing in years, although of course you can't really tell that, but now that I am advancing in years and having to take my health and my longevity on this mortal coil a little more seriously, it's become much more important to me. And so by consuming the weight management system, as I have been now for knocking on 3 months, it's really made, yes, of course, I've released pounds, and that's been really wonderful. People are commenting who I've not seen for weeks or even months, and not only saying how my face looks completely different, my clothes are fitting better. I mean, I must have looked a real state before, because they're really quite impressed with the way that I look now, which is very nice. But also are saying how I look anything up to a decade younger, which has got to be a really great thing, of course. But more than that, I have to say, is the increase in attention span that I've had. So what I realized is that over a number of years, through poor nutritional choice and lifestyle habits, then actually that veil or that fog, that mist that was over my mind and over my eyes as such has now been lifted. I have so much energy, which has created new passion, new enthusiasm in my life, allowing me to pursue my goals in more hours in each day, or more days. Obviously, there's no more days in the week, but taking more hours from the week, should I say, in a productive sense. Not only that, rather than everything being an effort in terms of getting up off the settee, going out for a walk, visiting friends, all that kind of thing. Whilst I didn't realise, because it's really interesting that Eric puts it in that way, what is your normal? Well, my normal, actually, I've now realised, was very poor. But by consuming these products, by feeling the increased energy, by taking the receiving, should I say, the nutritional benefit, whether it's the herbal botanicals, the undenatured whey protein, all these fantastic ingredients that are contained within, it's just made such a phenomenal difference. And as I've already said, with the fantastic training, the leadership, the literally centuries of combined experience from the leadership team that exists right across several continents, right across the world, is just absolutely phenomenal. And in my previous company, I actually had an organization of 28,000 distributors, associates, presenters, members of our group. And to leave that behind was not a short or inconsidered thing at all. But with the combination of the truly win-win-win situation, which, as far as I'm concerned, creates a lasting legacy company that will be around for decades, even further still than it has already, as well as that growth and development opportunity, it was just something that I knew would come to me once a lifetime. I've been so fortunate to find it even once, and I can only strongly advise that the same is there for you if you're just willing to reach out and take it. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Darius, for your wisdom, for all of your sharing your story and your thoughts. Really appreciate it. And really, that's wonderful. And you're probably asking yourself, how does it work? Well, there's a couple of different options. You could, one, use the products, and obviously, contact the person that brought you on the line tonight and let them know what your goal is, and they'll direct you to the right system, and start with the eat it part, right? And then focus on your transformation. You could decide to share the system. As we said, there are lots of people in your area, in your neighborhood, in your local area, or at your job, or in your family that need a weight management system, better health, decrease their stress, or improve their energy. And by sharing them, Isagenix will give you product reward coupons that you can apply to your following month. So literally, you could have your grocery bill go down and down and down, or the more you share Isagenix with other people. And third option is to literally identify business partners and build it seriously to have a secondary income. And if you decide to do that, then we want to teach you, and we want to mentor you and take you to wherever you want to go. So how does it actually work? I won't spend too much time on this. You can ask more questions to the person that brought you on this call tonight. But what we need to do is you share, they share, repeat. As you can see at the top right corner of the screen, that's all we do. We share our product experience, how we feel, to two other people, and then we ask them to join us on the Ice to Body Challenge. Whatever goals that they may have, it doesn't matter. And then they share in turn with two other people. What we decide to do is create basically a team of support, a support team, to make sure that you do not get out of the new journey that you're just embarking into. As you want to raise your normal, change your normal, this is literally taking a different route, right? If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going this way. But now that you're starting the Isagenix system, you're going this way. And that's the new highway of your life. And every couple of weeks or couple of months, you will have something happen in your life that will try to get you to exit that new route and go back to your old normal, which you clearly don't want. So by surrounding yourself with 2, 3, 5, 10 people that all are embarking on this new normal, you have a much better chance to actually sticking to it and reaching your full potential. So that is the whole reason why we share and they share. And on top of that, we get to earn as we share. So Isagenix will give you product introduction coupons depending on which system people receive. You also have team bonus cycles that are worth just over 44 pounds that you can max out. And get this, you can max out up to over 2,200 pounds per week. And let me tell you that there are people in this company that are doing this multiple times, several tens of thousands of pounds per week. So although this may or may not be your goal, again, a disclaimer, you know, it all comes with work and it all comes with a time commitment and everything. So depending on your goals and your work commitment and your integrity and your time commitment, you will reach a different level. Whichever level you want to reach, we will help you, we will mentor you, and we will work with you to make that happen. These are all different business tools that you can go look at to help you. Isagenix spent tens of millions of pounds to develop mobile apps, develop their website, develop lots of different tools with text messaging and videos and all that stuff to help us share the Isagenix system and opportunity. And they also spend a lot of money opening their office in London. So if you want to go and take a look, it's 3134 St. John's Lane, Watchmaker Court in London. Again, go back to the person that brought you on this line, and maybe you can go visit the London office together. Listen, all I know is this. Richard Branson, which you should know, said this quote once. He said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later. So we will give you all the tools, we will teach you, we will mentor you. If you said anything lower than a 10 for your health, get started and take care of your health. If you said anything lower than a 10 for where you are at financially right now, get started and we will help you to make that change. What I need you to do right now is contact the person that brought you on this call tonight, choose your system, tell them what your goals are, and let them know which type of person you are, and we will love to work with you, hear from you, and hear from your 30-day story, your 60-day story, your year story, and how your new normal is changing. And get started today, because thinking about it will just maintain you on that normal road that you just described that you want to change. So take action tonight. Call the person that brought you on this call right away. And thank you so much for your time. Have a great evening. This call is officially over. Bye.